Virgo. So I got for you, when I was doing my little meditation, this is your November reading, by the way, I got begin again. It's like a new beginning. But then I also got choose your moment. Okay, there is something about divine timing. The card I just pulled for you was Eye of the Eagle, which sounds a little bit like a Rocky film. Douche, 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 douche. Tee-hee. Rising above the fray. Okay, so it's not necessarily that you are going to be caught up in the fray of people, because as a Virgo, you tend to kind of not really get involved in that sort of thing. But there's something about having the bird's eye view of your situation when you may be feeling very close up to it, very up close and personal. We've got Mercury retrograde in November, which can make you draw back and really look at something properly and really feel it. And I think that's going to help, actually. The other card this is great. The other card I get for you is the Feast of Plenty, which is choices and their consequences. Oof, oof. Now, as a Virgo, you're normally quite good with consequences and choices, and the fact that when you make a choice, you know, it causes something to happen. But I feel like, and I'm getting like a channeled message of a dog sort of snapping at your heels, snapping at the gate. And that dog can be urgency, it can be a feeling that you're running out of time. I'm getting a sand glass, like that. Virgos are quite time-sensitive creatures. So I think I'm going to challenge that concept that you're running out of time. Okay? Let's take 3 cards and have a look. We're going to use... What am I using? Divine Deco Tarot. Ace of Swords. Now, at the moment, I don't think that you have all the information you're going to need. And that's another thing about divine timing. It's like you feel like you want to push forward, you feel like you want to make it happen, but the universe is trying to slow you down, make you smell the roses, okay? Sometimes it's roses, sometimes it's shit. I mean... It just wants you to take a whiff, okay? 2 of Wands, I love this, because you're looking out on the horizon, you're speculating, you're wondering, this way, that way, do I do it like this, do I do it like that? Do I make this plan, do I make that plan? At the moment, you need to gather, as if you were auditing the whole situation. As if, I'm just going to put my little furry hot water bottle, by the way, on my back. I know you've had a bit of a bad back recently, Virgo. As if you're auditing the situation, as if you're taking stock of everything, okay? And that's what that is. It doesn't have to look like an anxious mess while you're like checking this and checking that. It can also be taking this bird's eye view and seeing what's going on. King of Pentacles, love that you get this. This is like Virgo being a gold standard of Virgo. You know, reliable, on time, prepared, earth sign, realistic, but with that kind of, because you're a mutable earth sign, you've got that little bit of spiritual fluidity about you. Slightly more unpredictable than your average earth sign, which we like. But it's like you in your full glory, in your full power. I love this. I think you're almost doing 2 things in November. One is being kind of careful, doing things gradually, making sure you've got the information. The information should not come quickly. It's not an info dump, okay? It should be a slow dawning of something that kind of, it creeps up on you. But at the same time, you're like, it's like a slow, rather than, oh my God, discombobulated. Okay, so keeping it calm, keeping it real, keeping it, like that. I will do your love reading in the second half of this as well, and we will see how this affects love and relationships. Okay. There will be an extended love reading as well, which comes after. I'm glad that you get that one. After your love reading here. Okay, so if it really resonates, it will be the first link in the description box. I kind of feel like this card is taking us over into relationships, friendships. We've got the Six of Cups. Now, we don't have Judgment yet, but we may do, okay? Six of Cups is a card for Mercury retrograde, which is happening from about the 8th or the 9th of November, but with the shadow period, kind of the whole of November, really. There is a reminder here of something or someone. There is a bond here with something or someone. It's not necessarily a bond you can easily explain. I'm feeling tongue-tied talking about it. You can't easily explain it to other people. It may be something that's very sort of below the surface, but it's alive and well, and maybe a little bit still mysterious to you, or a little bit surprising. We then get the Eight of Pentacles. I love this card. Sun in Virgo. I mean, absolutely spot on. This is about the work. I mean, have you ever seen an eagle trying to catch prey? They honestly can put so much effort into it. Literally, they are laser focused. They hover for ages. And the whole thing is just mastery, okay? Not easy to watch. I can't watch it. I'm one of those people who like cries at David Attenborough. But it is mastery. You need to be very, very focused on your goal, okay? Whether your goal is an outcome in a relationship, whether your goal is something to do with what you want to happen at work or your career or just the trajectory of your life, keep your eye on the prize, but also do what eagles do, which is to remain watchful, not just for the thing that you're after, but the surrounding elements as well. And also, I think what's also very important, and I'm going to make a note of this for you, except I haven't got a pen. See, Virgo, you would never be caught without a pen, would you? I'm just going to grab a pen because it's really important. Itchy nose. This is really important. Listen up. Holding a microphone goes to everyone's head, doesn't it? It's what people are not saying is just as important as what they are saying. I'm just going to write that down. What people are not saying, just as important. Yeah. I'm getting a kind of slightly hide and seeky vibe as well. So you're filling in a lot of missing pieces, okay? You're filling in a lot of missing pieces. And I think what's really important, because the next card you get is this absolutely gorgeous Seven of Cups. But it's very important that you don't slide into your opposite sign of Pisces, which I am. You don't want to do that. And go into any kind of fantasy land about it. So in other words, if there is a gap between what you're seeing or getting and what the person's saying or doing, okay, if there's some kind of gap, don't bridge it. You're supposed to be observant, seeing what's really happening, not what you want to happen, not what you don't want to happen. So don't let fear and anxiety get in the way, and don't let excitement and fantasy get in the way, okay? I think what the young folk would say is keep it real, okay? We're keeping it real but we've also got an eye on destiny at the same time and an eye on the bigger picture. The detail is always going to be your forte. You're a Virgo. You were born to read the detail. But this is the detail plus the bigger picture. I'm going to take one more bridging card. Ooh. And then I'm going to take some love cards. Love. Five of Swords, the invisible battle. Venus in Aquarius. When you get the Five of Swords, it's a little bit like you can feel there is a game going on of some sort. Almost as if you're in a live game of chess and you're one of the pieces. Okay, you can feel it and you're aware of maneuvering, but you also couldn't explain it that well. I think we're still in quite a mystery stage of this. So this could be in any area of your life. It could be in your work life, it could be in your love life, that there are sort of maneuvers in the dark, okay? And you're feeling with your spidey senses, you're feeling that something is up, that something is on, that something is off, but you can't prove it, you can't see it, there's no real evidence for it. Oh, that's so interesting. Right, let's have a look at your love life. Okay. God, I've got a bit of something sticky in my hair. Sorry, Virgo, you'd never be caught with a bit of something sticky in your hair. Let me know, by the way, if you're a messy Virgo. Because us Pisces, we're supposed to be messy. You're supposed to be really neat. Are you messy or are you neat? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Virgo. Love life for Virgo. Nope. Top and the bottom. Oh, is that why? Oh my Lord. Cripes. Okay. This is a big deal. No wonder, I was wondering, because I know I normally go the lovers, but I kind of had to do it about 3 times. The lovers. For real. We've got the lovers. For real. Okay, Major Arcana, the lovers. Here we are. This card is the choice. It used to be called the choice. It always involves a choice. It kind of involves a sacrifice as well as a choice. But at the same time, I call this one the long grass, like kicking it into the long grass. What it means is there is a lot of speculation, okay? There will be some decision making to do, but it's not immediate. Not even in the next couple of weeks. It's more like the next couple of months. Think of the retrograde period. It's not just Mercury that's in retrograde either. There's some other planets in retrograde. Have a look. I think Saturn, Jupiter, and maybe another one. Let me know in the comments. That's giving you the opportunity to draw back the curtain, to take a proper look, but not to act on it as soon as you get the information. There's a kind of built-in, and this is divine timing, the universe is going to force events to either speed up and slow down, probably slow down because we're in Mercury retrograde and that's kind of what happens. And it's going to hold you back. Sometimes this will be frustrating because this could be in a relationship where you're thinking, why am I not making ground here? Why are we not at X, Y, and Z destination? Why do I not even know what destination we're at? What the F is going on? That kind of thing. Have faith, Virgo, that the universe is kind of calling the shots time-wise and has a frame of reference that us lowly humans don't have, okay? And it's just almost like it's holding back and pushing forward at the right times, which to you may not seem like or feel like the right times. You'll be like, what's this strange voodoo shit that's going on? I know, sometimes the universe does that. But, OMG, I know, why am I holding that card back from you? The 10 of Cups with the Lovers. I think I want to do a little worm dance, even though I do a really bad worm dance that just involves my neck. Okay, the Lovers, the Ten of Cups. What could be holding us back from this? Let's take a couple of shadow cards, because that's too good. Too good. Can it be too good? By the way, if it is good, please hype the video. I have discovered there is a hype button. It is, if you're on a phone watching me now, go to the like button, hammer that bad boy, and then if you go like that, you go past clip and all sorts of other crap you don't need, you'll see a hype button. You can hype my video. I will be very grateful if you like it and you hype the video. It really helps it get out to other Virgos. And other Virgos can see the Lovers. The Lovers. Followed by the Ten of Cups. I know. Right, what's holding this back? Oh my God. Oof. Oof. What pushes it forwards holds it back. What kind of Mercury retrograde stuff is this? I'm getting a song by Elia, I think, the late great Elia. Back and forth, like going back and forth, like almost like songs might be very important to you as well in November, but like you're moving back and then you're moving forward. Wowzers. Okay. What's holding you back? The Four of Cups. Melancholy. And this is very common during Mercury retrograde. So you may be dealing with someone else who is, I don't know, they may be going through a bit of a long, dark night of the soul, I think. This is somebody kind of going within, introspective, that feeling of shining a lantern in the darkness is what I'm getting. King of Pentacles. What pushes it forward also holds it back. So you are represented as Virgo as the King of Pentacles, whether you're male or female. When you get it as a shadow card, it means somebody else may not be able to be reliable at this moment. They're going to struggle with that. And also, and I've got this for Scorpio, Gemini, and maybe for Pisces, I think. And that is, November is not a month for relationship stability. I know. And probably we wish it was, because when things are retrograde, you really want the thing that can't be had. So there's something here about the universe causing a level of disruption in order to sort of upset the apple cart. It's a bit like not being able to find jigsaw pieces, so you tip them all out on a really wide surface and then you can see what's missing more easily. Okay, it's frustrating, not gonna lie, but it is necessary. And then we get the Three of Pentacles, and this is something that you're going to be reviewing. It's everybody's got that card this month as well. And that is like doing an audit, doing a silent review of who is bringing what to the table or isn't bringing what to the table, and what do you need to do about it. So in terms of what's holding this back, I would say divine timing. This person needs the time and space that they need. I think if you were to try and push that, it might have the opposite effect. If you want to open them up, it might shut them down. Oh, hang on, what's that? Yeah. Excuse me. It may be that they've got something they want to say, by the way, that they can't say, because my throat's just gone really weird all of a sudden. They need to reach their long, dark night of the soul. And that for them is like a reset. And you kind of need them to get there. Okay? So whether this is friendship, whether this is like full-blown relationship or any old kind of ship, situationship in between, you're dealing with somebody who is in a weird place. There's something they need to see. There are pieces of their jigsaw they need to also fit together. God, it's like you're both kind of on a mission. Yeah, that makes total sense. You're both on a mission and you've got like parallel missions, I know, to find both of your missing pieces. Yeah, that makes gorgeous sense. Look at the oracle cards you've got. You get to be fair, which is about making sure that things are balanced. So you've got this sense of needing to know the detail, but also the overview. We've got destiny versus our own timeline, balancing all those things. We've also got yin, and this card always comes up when your feminine energy needs to be the dominant player. You don't need to be doing, you need to be being, observing, noticing, okay? And then this card, which I really, really like, which is the building blocks card, putting together the pieces, building the wall, and then you can climb on top of that wall and get a much better view. Extended reading, Virgo, we're going to be doing a side-by-side me and you reading, okay? So I'll start with one card for you, then the mirroring card for the other person, and then I'll do 4 cards for each, 8 cards all together, the me and you reading, and then we'll kind of riff off those cards, asking questions. How do they feel? How do you feel? What do you need to do? What do they need to do? And how do we bridge these two together? Okay, I'm excited. I'm going to go and do that now. Namaste.